All right, thank you, Casey. Yeah, I drove up from New Jersey. I'm an old man, but I think I have enough energy to do a quick set for you. This is the first time I'm at the church, so Jim, thank you for having me here. It's nice to be at a church where you can say fuck as much as you want. They don't call the exorcists out to get the vulgarity out of you. I turned 63 in April. Yeah. None of you must be in your 60s because it's not a celebration anymore, it's a countdown. And I'll tell you what 63 gave me. Erectile dysfunction. Next one is gross, I'm not going to explain it, look it up if you want to. Anal leakage. I involuntarily pee, so I'm about a year away from diapers, so 64 is going to be fun if I make it. And I saw myself in a full-length mirror. Gravity has not been good to my balls. I thought somebody tied some of those clackers. No, those are my balls. But the one thing that's still working good is my memory. I'm sharp as a... I'll figure that word out later. But anyway, I performed at a show where they asked the comics, what was the worst advice you ever got? And I remember right away. I went back 30 years like it was yesterday. I had a date with a hot girl. And a friend of mine said, listen, you're going to get laid, you're going to get lucky. Don't use a condom. Penicillin cures everything. He was wrong. You know what it didn't cure? That 30-year-old person that still lives in my house calling me daddy. So, getting old, having erectile dysfunction, I had an outpatient procedure done. I had a Pez dispenser surgically embedded in my ass cheek. And this device releases testosterone as my body needs it. And it helps, among other things, with erectile dysfunction. So after the procedure, my doctor said to me, she said, in about 2 weeks you're going to get some really good wood. I said, that's great, Doc, but I'm single now, I have nobody to fuck, the wood's probably going to rot in the lumber yard. So we're still in Pride Month. I'm not gay. But people at my gym for some reason think that I am gay. I don't know why. They say I sashay a little too feminine, but you know, that's just me. But they've been putting these stickers on my car every day during Pride Week. I didn't realize when they put the first one on, I've taken the others off. Things like, I go nuts for cowboys' butts, I love my butt plug, stupid stuff. But the first one, I didn't realize I was on there until I pulled to my driveway and got home. And had 7 cars follow me. And I get out of my car, this guy gets out, he says, is this the bar? What bar? You know, the bar. I said, what are you talking about? And he does one of these. And he points to the back of my car. And they put one of those stickers on that says, follow me to the gay bar. I said, no, this is not a bar. This is my house. And I thought he was going to be upset. He had this big smile on his face. And he said, oh, we're going to have an orgy in your bedroom. Now, as an Italian, I'm not thinking, I'm going to get gang raped by these guys. I'm thinking, I don't have enough food to feed them. So we ordered pizza. It was good. They were nice. So now I do drive Subaru Outback. I actually bought my 3rd one a few weeks ago. And if you know, it's lovingly referenced as a lesbian limousine. So I have a friend who's a female comic who's a lesbian. She's married to a beautiful woman. She's beautiful. So we got talking. And so we're talking about different things, and she said, oh, you know, guys are such pigs. They always talk to me and my wife about, you know, we want to do a threesome with you, we'd love to be in bed with you. They said, you're right, guys are pigs, that's disgusting, what assholes. I said, I'm gonna tell you the truth, I wouldn't just mind sitting in the corner and jerking off while you kiss your wife, you know, I'd be happy with that. So I went to, it's Pride Month, so I've got some gay stuff, so this next one's gay too. So. I went to Fort Lauderdale, Florida by myself, and I was getting bored sitting around the pool. So I did a little sightseeing. I came across a town called Wilton Manors. Does anybody know Wilton Manors? No. Second gayest town in America. Now again, I want to stress, I'm not gay, but I was curious. So I went to a bar, I had a drink, I was minding my own business. This man comes up to me and he says, how much? How much what? How much hair do you have under that shirt? I know I was asked this question before. I had no idea how to answer it. So I just lifted up my shirt. And I showed my chest hair. He starts to pet it. And I let him because I figured, you know, I'll be his little Italian sheephead for a while. Maybe I'll get a free drink. But I said, not below the equator, I'm not gay. He said, sweetie, if you ever want to change teams, call me. I'd love to be your coach. And he gives me his phone number, which I still have. And anytime I go down to Fort Lauderdale, I give him a call. He comes over and he pets my chest. So, you know, even at 63, I experienced new things. I got my first tit pic on my phone. Has anybody ever gotten a tit pic? This was from a woman I wasn't even in a relationship with. She was a friend. She was in the hospital. She asked me to bring her a sandwich. I did. So I go to the hospital. I bring her the sandwich. A couple of days later, I get this tit pic on my phone. I said, thank you. Why? She said, I just wanted to thank you with a little something special because you brought me the sandwich. I started to think about it. If I sent a dick pic to everybody that brought me food, I'd still be in prison. So, has anybody ever gotten a titty whipping? I don't mean like a motorboat, you know, I'm talking about like a full frontal assault by a pair of like boxing glove titties. I seem to be the only one. So my family used to own a diner, and my mother had this habit of pissing off the employees. So one night she pissed off the head cook. And if he didn't come in the next day, I'd have to do my job and his job. So I found him in a strip club. And he's in there, and he's getting a little lap dance. And I'm talking to him, he says, okay, I'll come into work. Now the stripper gets up, she starts walking to me. I said, listen, I was just talking to him about business. I'm leaving, I don't want to do anything with you. He walks over and he says, I think you need a titty whipping. And just like in 3D, these things engulfed my head. And the next thing I remember, I'm sitting on the bumper of the ambulance, and they're going over my injuries. Dislocated jaw, broken nose, 2 black eyes. So, you know, I was trying to do comedy because I didn't want to date crazy women anymore. But I realized that I like to fuck, so I'm dating again. So I got banned from all the dating sites for telling the truth. Now, I don't know if you can tell, I'm up on the stage, I look pretty tall, but I'm 5'6", 5', I'm a sawed-off Guido, basically. And I can't stand the tall women on those sites that say, if you're not as tall as me, don't even message me. And that triggers me. So I messaged them, and I say, look, I'm not as tall as you, but I have a really big cock, and I can give you the ride of your life. They report me, I get banned. One woman responded, 6'3", beautiful. She said, baby, what would you do to me with that big cock? I said, I'd climb you like a tree, I'd make you see God, and I'd have you screaming for more. She said, baby, that sounds really nice. Now what are you gonna let me do to you if my cock's bigger? So I report her to the site for false advertising, and they banned me for saying that I had a big cock. On the same note of my cock, I don't know if you noticed I have this nervous tick with the mic cord. It's just a nervous tick. But I even do it when I work venues with cordless mics. That looks really weird. So I was working a venue with a cordless mic the other night, and this woman comes up to me after my set. She said, were you jerking off on stage? I said no. I explained to her about the tick. We laughed. And then I smiled, and I looked at her, and I thanked her for thinking that my cock was that big. Not that big, but, you know. Guys, thank you very much. My name is Scrocca.